Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Dearest Mother and Dad. Love, Ruth, John, and Mark. Ruth Smallshaw Ray's Letters to Her Parents, 1953 to 1954, Part 84. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, December 10th, 1953. Dear folks, I know that I promised to let you know about Mark. The penicillin didn't do much good, and Monday he coughed all day, plus a couple of 10-minute spasms, turning purple and almost throwing up. It had me worried, but I took him into the bathroom and turned on the shower. The steam helped him. So since Monday, I've kept him in bed with the vaporizer on him full force and a croup tent when he sleeps. The doctor put him on aureomycin Monday, and his temperature is more normal, and he seems better. I talked to the doctor this morning, and she says to go about it gradually, taking him out of his room and outdoors next week when he's completely better, in order to get him ready for the plane trip home. I'm okay so far, so we hope we'll be able to make it. The doctor said to call her and report on Mark Saturday. The trip to Sandusky is off, and guess we'll get a babysitter if we go to the dance. John has been wonderful caring for Mark, getting him up at 10 o'clock p.m. and 4 o'clock a.m. for his medicine. And Saturday he's taking off from work to look after Mark while I go shopping. I had a good bridge session last night and beginning to enjoy it. We'll have more lessons in January. Mark could use some sleepers too. Two-piece style, size 4 to 5 blue? Just a suggestion. I will drop another report soon and hope you're all getting along fine. Love, John, Ruth, and Mark. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, December 14th, 1953. Dear Mother and Dad, Hi. Just a quick note to tell you that the doctor was out today to look at Mark and thinks he'll be able to make the trip okay. He seems fine today, and maybe by Thursday, if the weather's nice, we can take him out. I got his cold and felt so bad with it that the doctor said there may have been a flu bug with it, but I feel better today too. We went to the Junior Chamber of Commerce Christmas formal at the Lakeshore Country Club Saturday night. Yesterday, John went to Reverend Brown's for a tea party for the confirmation class and wives. I didn't feel up to it, and then we had Mark here to be looked after. Yes, I exchanged my coffee spoons for Doris's pattern, and we've mailed them. But I felt just sick as they have an introductory special on the White Orchid coffee spoons, 4 for $1.50, half price, I discovered Saturday. So wish I'd exchanged them for something else, as they probably have that special in Regina too. Oh well. I looked for a letter from you this morning. Wonderful about Bev and Isabel. We got a Christmas card from them today. Scott. That will be 6 great-grandchildren for Grandma. Grandma and Grandpa Zook have 7 and 3 on the way. I will look for a letter tomorrow. Good night. Love, John, Ruth, and Mark. P.S. It's hard to believe we may be seeing you a week from tomorrow. Have you a playpen lined up, as Mark would make short work on your knickknacks? I've been teaching him don't touch, but can't count on him yet. Love, J, R, and M. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, December 17th, 1953. Dear Mother and Dad, Hi. Just a last note to tell you we're still planning the trip. We pick up the reservations Friday and leave Monday at 10:20 p.m. and into Regina 6:50 a.m. Tuesday, December 22nd. We hope someone will be there to meet us. I thought you might like to see the Christmas card. You gave us the inspiration when you liked the snap. I wish we'd had more made, as we hadn't enough of this kind to go around. We had no idea it would turn out so good. Next year we'll get more printed. 2 babies to see. We just got back from church. Carol singing, 11 o'clock p.m. so better say good night. It's suddenly turned cold here and learned that it's 20 below in South Dakota, so wonder what the Saskatchewan weather is like. We hope it's not too cold nor too much snow. We'll be seeing you. When John read your letter, Mother, he said, "Why, your mother really got down to business," regarding the crib, high chair, and diaper service. "Why, bless her heart." Love, John, Ruth, and Mark. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, January 8th, 1954. Dear Mother and Dad, Hi. Everything is just going fine. We got the snaps and we'll send them after we show them to the Rays Sunday. I think you'll enjoy them. As John says, it will be something tangible for you to have of Mark's visit. He's really settled back into his routine just fine, goes to bed without a whimper or even looking up, and doesn't yell during the day at all. However, he does holler when he wakes up. He used to wake up and play for a while. I guess he got used to seeing us in the room. He'll soon be okay on that too. I think the reason he fussed the last few days in Regina was because he was tired and overstimulated, didn't nap because he was afraid of missing something maybe. He keeps trying to start a game with me, pokes me and laughs or goes through his routine or whistles to get some attention. I think he misses all his petting. I said, "Do you miss your ha-ha grandma?" And he looked all around. He must have grown an inch or more because he can reach so much more. His rocking horse pedals and climb up on the sofa and then onto the end table to the Christmas tree, but he's getting quite good at stopping when I call to him. He likes to look out the window from the sofa. John nearly died laughing when he saw him get up. Today when I was doing dishes, I said, "Mark, where are you?" I looked and there he was, sitting in the corner of the sectional like a little man. Then he threw the cushions on the floor, climbed down, put them back up, and climbed back up. Then he looked at me and said, "Hi," so pleased with himself. They're keeping us busy from church. John has a meeting tonight. As a matter of fact, with one thing and another, he has a meeting every night this week and next, but isn't going to them all. They've also asked him to usher at church for 4 weeks. Then I got a list to call for a church dinner Monday, and they asked me to do the coffee hour after church Sunday, but we got someone else. I've done it 3 times and think others should have a chance. Then I'm hostess for Church Evening Guild Wednesday and have to fix table arrangements and make 2 angel food cakes. Dale called and she might take Mark and I to school Monday to see the kids. I wish he were walking. He's 14 months old tomorrow. Her daughter has been walking for 3 months and is 3 weeks younger. I must thank Connie for the camera. We thank you again for the nice visit. The thing that impressed John most, Mother, was your good disposition, always pleasant. John asked, "Doesn't she ever get moody or cross?" No. Love, John, Ruth, and Mark. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, January 10th, 1954. Dearest Mother and Dad, John's folks just left, so thought you might be looking forward to seeing the snaps. They all think he looks several months older with his hair cut, and all like it. We also had him in his grown-up pajamas, and they thought them so cute. I cooked half the ham for sandwiches, which they thought so good, and John showed them your cake before I cut any, because he thought it so pretty, and they thought it elegant, and enjoyed some of it too. I also made Ethel's pineapple dessert, which was good, but I'd like to get her recipe, as hers was even better, more lush. So many thanks again for all the good food, wonderful ham and cake. It's so nice to have something different from our usual things. Dick gave Mark a cute push musical toy, a darling teddy bear wearing yellow overalls and yellow and brown corduroy overalls for Mark. A lucky boy. Dick gave me a cute amber plastic purse and John's scarf and gloves. Another Christmas. Dale and Dan and Lilydale came over for a short visit while they were here. She's been walking since she was 9 months old, is smaller than Mark. She's real cute with big eyes and dark hair and bangs. Mark made several overtures and really gabbled to her. Mark says, "Mommy," just so clearly and prettily with a cute inflection up at the end. Tomorrow Dale is coming and we're taking the two to school. I went to church this morning but didn't enjoy it like St. Peter's. The minister is dull and it's a plain service. Ann and Wayne Duff have phoned and invited us to a yacht club formal dance next Saturday. I hope I can get into mine as I gained 5 pounds while we were in Regina. The Rays are coming for Mark and keeping him for Saturday night, and we'll go down after church Sunday. I went to the doctor yesterday and he said, "Junior is developing very well." We hope it's Junior, miss. The Stevens were over for bridge and I was awful, very ashamed. I'm tired, so good night and so glad we were home. John still marvels at your good disposition, Mother. Love, John, Ruth, and Mark. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, January 19th, 1954. Dearest Mother and Dad, Hi. Excuse the envelope, but I wanted to enclose these recipes, 2 of Mrs. Ray's, and I think I took your copy of the candy, so I've copied it and returning for you. Incidentally, I've made the candy twice. The first time with unsweetened chocolate and unsweetened milk, and by the time I sweetened it, it was only good for chocolate sauce for ice cream. Good at that, though, but wouldn't set for candy. Then I made it with semi-sweet chocolate and sweetened condensed milk. It tasted okay, but wonder if I shouldn't have used unsweetened milk. Check, will you? We've been busy, and John still is. Once I caught up on my sleep after we got home, I realized what a world of good getting to Regina did for me. Everyone has commented on how much better I looked. I've really felt housebound since quitting teaching, so it was good to get out and see you all. The Rays took Mark Saturday and we went down to Akron. Ann and Wayne Duff had 4 couples all together, so we had a nice time at the Commodore's Ball Yacht Club formal at the Mayflower Hotel. I wore my long black skirt and a velvet halter, and John brought me an orchid corsage, very nice. John's gained so much weight, he's up to 215 pounds, that his tuxedo is now single-breasted instead of double-breasted. He was struck by the fact that the older folks, ages 40 to 50, were the drinkers, and all the ones our age were sober. Also that the women of about 50 had the most beautiful and naked-looking formals. I guess by the time you can afford a really lush dress, you're too old for it. We went to the Duffs for bacon and eggs and didn't get home until 5:30 a.m., the latest we've been out since we've been married. We went to Sandusky Sunday for a good dinner and supper. Mark hadn't gone to sleep until midnight, or he'd been asleep and wakened from about 10 to 12, and he wouldn't eat for them either. He's getting very independent about eating and eats all his fruit with his own spoon. Still gets the spoon upside down, though. However, he really surprised me Friday, for I discovered he has 3 back teeth and is getting a 4th. Probably was getting them while we were in Regina, and that might have caused him to wake up at nights. He took 2 more steps today, but still won't strike out. The book says that illness does put them back, and after his croup he wouldn't even stand for several days. John had to get up at 6:30 Monday and 7 today, so had gone by the time Mark woke up. And last night John had a meeting, bowling, and then went to Dick's to work on a case until midnight. And tonight is his boss's banquet, so poor Mark hasn't seen his daddy since Sunday. John will probably leave early tomorrow, too, as both Dick and John are in court on this case. It's the biggest lawsuit they've had to defend since John's been practicing. I dread these days, though, for they're so lonely, and with getting up early, it seems to make me sick. I've been fine, but I guess not enough sleep does it, for today was terrible. was sick twice, and Mark was crabby and got into the closet and spilled a half a can of Boline while I was being sick. Then I had a headache. So at 10:30 a.m. I put him back to bed, and we both slept for 2 hours. When the phone rang yesterday, Mark gave a big smile and said, "Daddy," and "Bye-bye" to John on the phone. Then he went to the back door and looked out and said, "Daddy." So cute. I got a letter from Marion telling of her 5th miscarriage. I guess I'm very lucky to have such a lovely, healthy boy. We're playing bridge with Joan and Lenny Saturday, and Sunday we're having Dale and Dan over for dinner. Say, did we bring Bud's spoon home with us? We have an extra curved-handled spoon and don't know if we got it from you or the Rays. Also brought Bud's little horn, so we'll return it someday. Had a letter from Ethel and a pair of socks for Mark from Grandma that Ethel thought she'd sent for Christmas. We had a nice letter from Connie, but guess she finds it hard living at home. I must write to Bud and Doris. It was so good seeing them. I just wish you were all nearer so we could get together more often. I will say good night and thanks again for a nice visit. Love, John, Ruth, and Mark. P.S. Several times Mark has tried to get me started by ha-haing like he did to you. So I ask, do you miss your ha-ha grandma? And ha-ha for him. It all sounds so forced, though. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, January 26, 1954. Dear Mother and Dad, another odd-looking envelope, but I thought you might be interested in seeing John's Junior Chamber of Commerce banquet program and letter of thanks. Mark is just fine, high-spirited as ever, and walking as of the 20th, a week ago, and he's even trying to run now. I wish he'd started 3 weeks earlier so you could see him, for he does look so cute. He throws back his shoulders to balance his fat tummy, I guess. He's picking up words every day, about 16 or 17 now. Mommy, Daddy, baby, bye-bye, cookie, very clearly now. Hat, eye, car, up, ball, book, or gook. Bath, duck, guck. Peek-boo, ow, hot. And twice he said whoopee after I said it as he got into his bath. He seems very interested in everything you say and tries to imitate it. He even says pud when we call him Pud. We took him to Joan and Lenny's Saturday night, and he slept just fine in their playpen while we played bridge. We had a nice time, lost again. Sunday I went to 8 o'clock a.m. communion and breakfast, and in the afternoon we had Dale, Dan, and Lilla Dale over for dinner. The other half of the ham, candied sweet potatoes and corn, rolls, black cherry salad, and frozen lemon pie. I'm enclosing the pie recipe as it's so simple. I just used bottled lemon juice, no rind. We played bridge, but Lilla Dale would not go to sleep, so they had to leave about 10:30. Dale is expecting in August, but is quite run down and having a lot of sickness with it. Mark has his 11th tooth now, 4 back, so I suspect that was the cause of his yelling the last few days we were in Regina. Everyone I've talked to say that their children are up all night with a fever with the molars, so I guess we're lucky. We don't have any snow on the ground, but got a lot of rain today. John is taking the Regina weather clippings to work to show Dick and Miss Check. Bridge tomorrow, and John has 2 meetings Thursday. We think the Duffs may come Sunday. I've felt life, so with Mark walking, there's lots of activity around here. Mark's feeding himself better every day. John's up to his ears in phone calls, trying to get a team to solicit Oberlin funds. So many people find it so easy to say no, it seems. Hi from Mark. Love, John, Ruth, and Mark. To be continued. Well, that concludes today's presentation. Good luck to you with your efforts in family history. If this interests you, finding, preserving, and sharing old letters, diaries, photographs, home movies, and videos, and interviewing elderly relatives while they're alive. You might consider checking out our website, Adventures in History, with Peter J. Ray at peterjray.com. There's a donate button. You might consider making a donation so we can continue making these videos. So far, we've made, 615 history videos in 7 areas: world history, American history, book reviews, poetic tours, Cleveland baseball, family history, and autobiography. You also might consider checking out our podcast, Adventures in History. If you live in Metro Manila, Philippines, and are looking for a high school, you might consider Recelest Educational Center in San Juan, Metro Manila. We specialize in helping young people who've had difficulty in the larger traditional high schools. Recelest.education is the website, Resalest. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care. And I'll see you next time.